You brought up Robert Friedland, and Robert Friedland in my industry is the guy who has brought all the major elephant stories that you could think of in terms of projects. His foresight is sort of something that people always hang on to. When I see a company like yourself, and even though it's in water, and which is actually quite a good thing, because that means I said, hey, you know what, Mr. Friedland can see this and can feel it. And part of me feels like, as I've sort of expressed to you, water is really, I would almost put it up as one of the most important component of any project. You can't drill without water. You can't mine without water. And if your tailings dam break, you have a big problem.
Yes, exactly.
So all this kind of concept in water, and even if in the water that we drink in that scale, is actually the water corporations actually have a problem with how clean the water is, and there's big debates of how much clean the water, how clean the water should we be drinking, etc., etc.
Very much.
So I get the whole concept of water thing.
Yes.
From an investor point of view, obviously you're not the company that goes, oh, we just drilled this number of meters and we got this number of grams, and hey, dancing girls are out. When investors look at you, how should they look at clean tech? Is that a question you could answer? From an investor point of view.
No, it's a good question. Yeah, I would say yes. So as an investor, and I have been presenting that over the last year as well, I think what you should look at us is we have a unique technology portfolio on the back of which we're building a water business. And I think if you look at our history, it's very clearly we're meeting very strong demand in the market, right? We're still small, we've invested a lot in R&D, and you see that payoff now happening, right? So we have fast growing revenues, and in the next year, we're looking to make our international projects profitable as a business, and then China is a bit of a separate unit, that the next year that will come. So for that business, for investors, they buy into that growth story, right? But then on top of that, we have the two other businesses, our new membranes and our metal recovery, which as an investor, you need to make your own opinion on, right? Because it's a bit earlier, so there's more risk, but there's enormous upside in those two businesses. So that's how I would look at the business. So you buy into an existing growth story that's developing very, very quickly, and you at the same time have these two very large upside options, you can call it. I have a lot of confidence in it, so I feel I'm sort of underselling them a bit by calling them upside options. But it is a way to look at our business, because we do not yet have the revenues or the projects to say, for the metal recovery, this is the project that's going to give us a $200 million extra market cap, right? We're working on some of those projects to get a very large upside by applying our technology. Same for our membranes. If you look at some of the international companies that have developed a new membrane platform, there are very, very few of them. A lot of companies use membranes, but actually buy the membrane from other companies, from companies like DuPont. We have developed our own membrane platform, and there are some companies in Europe and the US where you have multi-$100 million market caps on those companies, or valuations on those companies that have developed a new membrane platform. And we certainly feel that our new platform, this graphene-based platform, has this enormous upside potential. We're very close to market introduction. We're going to do pilots in the next year, and then we're ready to sell. So both of these things, in our own view, have enormous upside potential and are close to it. I think the investor needs to make its own sort of view on how they see that market. But that's how I would describe the business. So we have one underlying business that's growing, where we're showing to the market and to the customers our potential and our ability to grow globally, and then the other two businesses that provide this extra.